What time is it? It's time for another shaky cam video. No. Hey everybody, it's Malcolm. Some exciting stuff going on in the land of NRAIL. I have torn up the old stuff, put up the new stuff, and now I have this guy going. I'm turning around slowly on a stool. And there's the new setup. A little low light. I'm sorry about that. Part of it is my shadow. So yeah, happy with the overall spacing of things. I think I'm going to play around with little things like this back edge here is a little too close to the edge. Don't like that. Obviously, this is not even set up yet. I'm just blocking stuff in right now because that's the way my brain works. So I figured I'd give you a little virtual tour of how I want things set up. Again, keep it short, sweet, and to the point. I have a lot of nice storage space underneath. I'm going to get some curtains to go up here, block. I do have a duck under, which is not fantastic. I have to duck under this guy. But it was worth it because of my loop that I want to have. So the situation is as follows. The idea is to keep the harbor area over here without touching it at all, if I can. Same with this little back area here, that doesn't get touched. The area that does get touched is right through here. And it was more than I thought I was going to do, but it has to happen. So the idea is, I have a piece here that I won't put down, but this is the new curve that will go, I'm going to point with this guy here, right back here. We'll probably end up tearing out this little station here and that length of track there, and just redoing this whole area here. And then the tricky part is I wanted to have my little high-speed rail run, but I also want to have a little run out to the harbor area. So what I'm going to end up doing here, and you see these double tracks here, here we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring all this stuff in a bit. I'm going to leave this back track back here, and that's going to be going like it is now out to the harbor and that area back there for shipping stuff. The other track will come in here, right where this other track is really, and will come looping in here and follow this out. And this will change here as well. It'll follow that out. And so the high-speed rail will kind of come in here and around and out. And then back here will be like the shipping and the factory and all that kind of stuff I had up. And then when I did that, I'm like, well, it doesn't seem very nice to change my Soyokaze Hill here. That was a nice view of the city and everything else. Now it would be a view of a factory. So I actually might move this guy as well, and make that part of something back in the back here or something. I have to figure that out. Maybe over here. I don't know, depending on how this track stuff goes. And then I'll put the factory maybe back there, or maybe that'll just be a hill or something. Factory in here. Have to play around with that. Maybe the factory will go right there. So that's to be determined. Because I'm trying to keep this kind of simple, and not mess around with too much track mania. So I have to play around with that, and so we'll see how that goes. But this guy will be, and when I say I'm trying to keep things simple, I'm trying to stay away from viaducts and things like that, but I may go that route. Maybe that will be how I fix it. This will be, like I said, the little yard shipping, etc. A little bit bigger than what I had on my other section before, in Kiwamura. And then this will be Shizuoka, my city area over here. I'm still playing around with exactly how that's going to go as well. This was pass number 1. It's very long, because the idea was see what I can do with my existing track before ordering new track, because last time I ended up having to take a bunch of stuff back and then making use of stuff I didn't really need. So there's some Uniplate stuff I want to get. This is the Uniplate stuff. I was thinking about getting some switches and having some switching going on, but it may be something where I don't even need that with the amount of buildings and stuff that I already have. And this space, I'm trying to figure out exactly what I'm going to do with these double tracks here, and just figure out how that's gonna flow, because it doesn't make any sense to really run freight through a city. So that was the idea I had, is just to bring the freight, maybe a little delivery thing here in the city section in the front. That would be, so the freight would be, it wouldn't be a continuous loop on the freight, but I kind of like a continuous loop on the freight. So does the freight run on the high-speed rail track? Don't know. Maybe. Don't really want it to, though. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff I'm thinking through before doing a big move forward. The other nice thing is I finally got my little next train, which I'm very happy about. I've been staring at this thing for a long time and really wanted it, and finally bit the bullet and did it, because I'm like, well, if I get the train, then I'll definitely make the high-speed track section work, and so we'll go from there. So I think that's about it. There's another little item. If I do disconnect this area here, do I reconnect here, and so have this kind of run, and that would be another kind of way to have freight kind of go in a loop, so the freight could go past the town. So this would then connect up with this section. The high-speed rail section would go out that way, out in the back area, and then these two tracks would come through here and maybe split off so that there's a way for the trams to run, and then the freight stuff keeps separate. I've even thought about, I have 2 power packs already. I thought, well, I could just get another power pack, and then each section could have its own power, and I wouldn't have to worry about anything, so that might happen as well. But I'm just, again, trying to avoid what I ran into last time, which was, oh, I want to run my passenger service stuff, but I also want to play around with my freight stuff, and I can't move the freight past the passenger stuff without it being all convoluted and yada yada yada. So that's where I started thinking, well, what if I just kept it all separate? So that's what I'm playing with now. So that's the big news for now. I have my office set up in the back. Lovely. Still is getting set up. And so this will be the new section. And I'm actually really excited about it. I just hope that work lets up a little bit so I can actually, have fun messing around with it. So we'll see. But it's a start for sure. So a lot of planning and a lot of staring and a lot of these crazy 10-minute YouTube videos. So I'll leave you with a pile of track, and thank you very much for watching. Happy hobbying.